October the 1st, we fly our state flag, set it back on our land. Lyman will be Ukraine. October 1st, the Ukrainian military entered Lyman, but fighting was still going on, said the speaker of the Eastern Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Serhiy Cherevati. They fought for the occupied city for 2 weeks. On September the 18th, the Institute for the Study of War reported that the units of the Russian army were threatened by a cauldron encirclement there. On September the 30th, Lyman was completely surrounded by Ukrainian forces. The day before, the military intelligence of Ukraine published an interception of a conversation between a Russian military man from the Lyman group and his wife, where he talks about the situation in the positions. And already on October the 2nd, President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, announced that the armed forces of Ukraine had finally liberated the city of Lyman in the Donetsk region.
Станом на 12:30.
As of 12:30 p.m., Lyman was completely cleared. Thanks to our military, our soldiers. Glory to Ukraine. We are under siege, Lyuba. We are doomed.
Oh, our Russian authorities said that you were holding on. You've got an order to hold on, right?
Lyuba, I'm calling to say goodbye.
No.
According to the head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, Serhiy Haidai, there may be about 5,000 Russian soldiers surrounded in the region of Lyman. The capture of Lyman will allow Ukraine to replenish the exchange fund of prisoners, says the ex-platoon commander of the volunteer battalion Aidar, Yevhen Dikiy. According to him, the Lyman army grouping was abandoned by the Russian command, and thousands of occupants may become captives to the Ukrainian army. It was the top leadership of Russia who gave the order. Being irritated by their defeat in Kharkiv, the Russian authorities have given orders to their army to stand at the battlefield to death. In any settlement, they have to stand and hold their positions, some kind of analog of Stalin's Order 227, not a step back. Russia threatens its army with all sorts of punishments for the retreat, and it seems that it is what has doomed the Lyman group. In addition to Lyman itself, the Ukrainian army liberated 5 villages around the city: Yampil, Novoselivka, Drobyshevo, Stavki and Shandrilovo.
Герої. О, скидай цей флаг.
Our heroes. Yeah, hand off this flag. Let's do it, guys. In the Slobozhansky direction, the invaders continue to shell settlements on the border line with Russia, with tanks, mortars and cannon artillery. Near the village of Kurilivka in Kupinsky district, Ukrainian law enforcement officers found a column of 7 cars shot by Russians. 24 civilians killed. The head of the Security Service of Ukraine, Vasyl Maluk, said on the department's website that the attack was carried out by the Russian diversion group, which almost point-blank shot the cars from small arms. Several people escaped, and now they testify.
We were driving when the shot started, abruptly from the left side. The driver told me to quickly jump out of the car. I wanted to look at my dad and saw how he was shot. The Russian invaders shot him right in the head. I saw it by myself.
According to a medic who worked at the crime scene, they identified both adults and children.
This column is located between Kurilivka and the Peshchany State Farm. We have counted 24 bodies, previously 13 children and 1 pregnant woman.
In the Kherson direction, there is a gradual advance of Ukrainian forces forward. There are 3 Russian lines of defense in front of them, Yevhen Dikiy says. The first one has long been passed. Now the battles are going on the second one. And the third one is the city of Kherson itself. Due to the peculiarities of the landscape, it is still dangerous to actively attack. So the Ukrainian forces are gradually depleting the southern Russian army group, the experts say. There is a plain, which is absolutely flat as a pancake, on which the local population has cut down the last forest plantations for firewood during cold spring, even the few forest plantations that had remained there. That is, now there is a bald, flat plain. It is unreal to raise our heads here or our enemies, because everyone can be shot immediately. Even the armored vehicles do not remain untouched for longer than 1 day. Again, both ours and theirs. Preparations for possible threats from Belarus continue in the northern regions of Ukraine. The northern hurricane drills of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the National Guard of Ukraine and the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine are currently underway there. The military personnel are working out scenarios for an enemy attack. We can be for ourselves now, practice self-improvement and self-development. The Russian military leadership continues to hide the losses of personnel. At the same time, the Kremlin is looking for ways to replenish the regular army. So, according to the General Staff of Ukraine, a new law is being prepared that will allow former prisoners to participate in the war along with the regular military personnel. According to the available information, a draft law on amendments to the Criminal Code of the Russian Federation, which provides the serving of sentenced of the convicts in the area of combat operations, has been submitted to the State Duma of Russia. According to the General Staff of Ukraine, the Russian occupation troops continue to suffer losses in manpower, weapons and military equipment. Over the past 24 hours alone, as a result of the Ukrainian strikes, enemy losses in the east. Over the past 24 hours alone, as a result of the Ukrainian strikes, enemy losses in the east number 500 people, as well as many pieces of equipment. In general, the loss of personnel of the Russian troops since the beginning of the war amounts up to 60,000 people. Reported by Pavlo Shtelmach, Natalia Belokudrya, UATV News.